In Final Fantasy, there are summons that deal damage. And then there is Bahamut, the dragon whose Megaflare doesn't just destroy a target, it erases the battlefield itself. Tonight, the King of Dragons faces something he can't simply outpower. A demon that doesn't fight your body. It fights the rules of reality. Bahamut has been in nearly every mainline Final Fantasy since 1987. 39 years, dozens of games, one dragon. The lore calls him King of Dragons, a title earned, not given. 60 to 100 meters long. Scales harder than tungsten. Wings that could shade a football field. In FFXIV, he walks upright and swings a sword taller than office buildings. In FFXIV, he's a primal, pure belief hammered into flesh and bone. Essentially, a flying weapons factory with a grudge. His signature move, Megaflare, a beam of concentrated energy that, in most games, hits harder than any other summon. Period. Here's the feat that should make you nervous. Bahamut was locked inside Dalamud, an artificial moon orbiting the planet. When he broke free, he didn't just attack. He painted the continent with fire. Mountains folded. Cities ceased to exist. The landmass physically changed shape. Square Enix didn't just animate this. They rebuilt the entire game map. Players logged into a different world. A video game dragon forced developers to terraform their own planet. He's got variants too. Bahamut Zero fires from orbit because apparently the ground wasn't enough. Bahamut Sin from Advent Children is a shadow entity that rains dark energy. Composite Bahamut borrows from all of them. His playbook is simple. Fly high, charge up, obliterate. He doesn't dodge. He doesn't parlay. He points at a continent, and that continent stops being a continent. If Bahamut is a cannon, Diabolos is a black hole with horns. He debuted as a guardian force in Final Fantasy VIII, and has since turned up in FFX, FFXI, FFXIV, and a stack of spin-offs. Where Bahamut throws fire, Diabolos throws the concept of down at you. Winged demon, bipedal, bat-like wings, curved horns, shadow pouring off him like smoke. Smaller than Bahamut, 10 to 20 meters tall, but he walks like gravity owes him money. In FFXIV, he owns a pocket dimension called the World of Darkness. Literally has his own universe, tax-free. His signature ability, Dark Messenger, gravity-based. And here's where the spreadsheet nerds start sweating, because his magic doesn't play by normal rules. Percentage-based gravity. In Final Fantasy logic, this bypasses durability. Doesn't matter if you're wearing tank armor or living inside a mountain. Gravity grabs your mass and shakes it like a maraca. Diabolos peels away a fixed chunk of your life force regardless of how tough you are. It's the great equalizer, and it's nasty. Beyond gravity, he manipulates dimensions, portals, pocket universes, spatial warping. In FFXIV, he runs the dreamscape, a void-adjacent realm where physics are more like guidelines, suggestions, politely worded requests. Where Bahamut overwhelms, Diabolos disassembles. He reshapes the battlefield, warps your attacks, and lets your own strength spin you into the ground. The arena, a dead city. No civilians, no outside help. Both combatants at full composite power, airborne, 200 meters apart. Just sky and rubble between them. Raw firepower against reality bending. A dragon who flattened a continent versus a demon who folds space like a napkin. Something has to give. Both summons lock eyes. Bahamut does what Bahamut does. He charges. Megaflare. A column of white-blue plasma wide enough to swallow a city block. Crosses 200 meters in under a second. Diabolos tears open a rift. The beam bends, folds, and half of it vanishes into a pocket dimension. The rest scatters past him, redirected. But the rift is smoking. Megaflare at this scale pushes his absorption to the breaking point. Diabolos fires back. Dark Messenger, a sphere of compressed gravity rocketing straight at Bahamut's chest. Contact. Scales crack. Wings warp. And here's the question worth dissecting. Does percentage-based gravity work on a primal? Tricky. In game mechanics, gravity hits almost everything. But Bahamut in FFXIV is a primal, a being of concentrated faith given shape. His body runs on belief and ether, not biology. Gravity targets mass and life force. A primal barely has either in the conventional sense. The percentage drain connects, but it's muted. Like trying to siphon gas from an electric car. The spatial warping still bends his wings, still fights his flight. But the life drain lands like a glancing blow, not a death sentence. Bahamut reads the room. At range, Diabolos bends everything. Up close, the dragon's fists do the talking. Diabolos rips open a portal, diving for his pocket dimension. Bahamut doesn't let go. His head and forelimbs punch through the rift before it seals, and he fires a point-blank megaflare straight into the void. The blast blows the pocket dimension apart. Diabolos gets ejected, wings shredded, energy flickering, flung back into the physical world like luggage off a conveyor belt. One last play. Diabolos opens multiple gravity wells, not to drain, but to crush. Compress the air around Bahamut. Collapse the space itself, a cage of warped space. His wings are pinned. His body locks. It nearly works. Nearly. Bahamut ignites Megaflare from every scale on his body. A spherical detonation that floods the gravity wells with more energy than they can hold. The spatial compression shatters. Diabolos takes the full blast. No rift to hide behind. No void realm to retreat into. He already spent those. Bahamut descends. Wings spread. Eyes locked. One final Megaflare. Aimed, focused, surgical, and it's over. Bahamut takes this one. Here's the math. Diabolos' best weapon, percentage gravity, gets partially nullified by Bahamut's primal nature. His dimensional walls can absorb Megaflare, but not forever, and Bahamut's reserves run deeper than the demon's absorption ceiling. A dragon who flattened a continent versus a demon who bends space. The dragon simply has more gas in the tank. But there's a twist. If this fight happens inside Diabolos' pocket dimension, the world of darkness, the dreamscape, whatever void realm he calls home, it flips. In his domain, Diabolos writes the rules. Gravity goes infinite. Space folds like paper. Megaflare has nowhere to travel because distance stops being a real concept. Bahamut can't breathe, can't fly, can't charge. He gets dismantled piece by piece. Neutral ground, the dragon wins. In the void, the demon wins. The battlefield is the tiebreaker. Think Diabolos got robbed? Convinced the Lord of Darkness wins this on flat ground? Drop your argument in the comments. Best case gets pinned. This has been Battleground Planet. See you next time.